All right, ladies and gentlemen, we're back at it. It's Saturday, and I'm hoping that I can persuade you to hit the like button and get this done so we can get the ball rolling. Because it be playing. One video, it put in. The next video, it take out. Yeah. And then it's taking away views. All the kind of things that YouTube does when they want to suppress you. Yeah. But if you just hit the button, you did your part, I did my part, ain't nothing else we can do about that, baby. Yeah, let's go.
Hold on 1 second. We about to get to the bottom of this, ladies and gentlemen. This don't make no sense whatsoever. Welcome to the Dark Waters channel, where we explore mysteries, figure out the truth, dive into politics, and anything else you want to know about. That's what we doing over here, baby. Let's go.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? The one and only James Williams, Dark Waters. And I figure I'd start this off on a lighter note. The robot rebellion has begun. We told you, and I told you that it was we were getting close to the point to where robots would start to beat on humans. And in China, the robots have lost their mind. You got to be careful with these robots. Everybody mama want to have an AI robot, but you got to understand, if the robot who's made out of metal decides that he going to kick your behind, ain't nothing you can do. So I want to remind you guys, if you decide that you're going to buy a robot and bring a robot in your house, then you are dealing with significant issues as it pertains to safety for you and your family. Now, I'm not going to tell you not to buy a robot. You can buy a robot all you want, but just know that it's going to come a point in time where all them robots murder you. It's going to be robot murder. I'm waiting on the very first robot murder, which has probably already happened, but I'm waiting on it to hit the news to where we can see that the robot murdered somebody. Yes. Now, y'all think I'm joking. I know y'all think I'm joking, but I'm dead serious. It's why, as an electrical engineer, I know how to make my own little mini EMP devices. If you send your robot over here, he's going to get EMP. Yeah. He going to get hit with the EMP gun. You're going to get the walking, zzz, robot going to get EMP. Now, the problem we got is, when they get to the point to where they make the robots to where the EMP is they got a shield, then we got a problem on our hands. But I don't know. I just wanted to start off with that. Now let's get to some serious news. I'm in my emotions a little bit, ladies and gentlemen. You want to know why? Because I had a conversation with somebody, and they was like, say, bruh, I can't believe you supported Donald J. Trump. And I was like, yeah, I do. And then they went to the point where it was like they was trying to bully me. And you ain't going to bully me. I don't like being bullied. I'm the kid that when the bully tried to bully me in elementary school, I'm the kid that took the big plastic plate that you had the food on, flipped the food off of it, and bashed him in his face over and over and over again. Not with the flat part, with the long part, because you're not going to bully me. Yeah. And then I'm the person that beat up bullies. You know what I'm saying? I don't like you trying to bully me. And they went down this wrong, twisted road of how Donald Trump was a racist and this and this. And then they hit the racial part. As a black person, I don't understand how you could support Donald J. Trump. Now, of course, this wasn't another black person. And I said, my Lord. Because I was getting ready to go in. And I said to myself, I said, my Lord, how do you want me to handle this? And he ain't say nothing back. I'm going to tell you something. When I talk to the Lord in my head and I give it a split second and he don't say nothing back, then I know I got some leeway to do a few things. So I said, man, let me tell you something. Let me tell you something. I say, it's white liberals like you that have destroyed the black community. And I ain't say it this nice, because I'm saying it nice. I said, y'all have destroyed the black community. And you want me to be in line with you when you support not knowing what a man or a woman is, and that men can be women and boys can be girls, and you think I got anything in common with you. Then I went further and said, can you take me into the hood and show me somebody that's a kid that's transitioning their children in the hood? Silence. Nothing. Not much being said about that. Now you can find some adults in the hood that decide they're going to transition and do their thing. But you can't take me into the hood and see a whole bunch of kids doing that. Can't find it. And I say, the woke ideology, satanic virus that you are trying to transmit to me right now is rebuked by Jesus himself. You understand me? And it just went over their head. It's all over their head because now it's like they don't know if I'm angry, if I'm upset. And I'm telling them, I ain't mad at you. If I was mad at you, I'd have smacked the piss out you. Then called the police, told the police I smacked the piss out you. Yeah. I'll tell on myself. No, I ain't mad. But I need you to understand you demonized. And you walking over here and you trying to pour out of your belly that demonic infestation on me. And I'm not having that. Then I went to spitting some facts. Just spitting some facts. I said, you support the Democratic Party? The Democratic Party try and get this brother that's been locked up in Kuwait back? Didn't even know about the story. Most of y'all probably don't know about the story. No, he ain't even know. He ain't know. Now he ain't even know. He ain't know. Watch this. God bless you. Freed American contractor. Thanks President Trump after 903 days as a Kuwaiti hostage. Now, he is an American contractor because he's an American citizen, not an African American. Somebody checked me on that, and I agree with them. I was talking about the African video, and I said this is the most African video there is, not African American video, but I was making a distinction. But nonetheless, he is an American. He happens to be black. Have you heard a damn thing about the Democrats trying to save this man over the last 903 days? Huh? It's 365 days in a year, right? So that's 300 and 300, that's 600, right? Then we add another 120 something, 65, 130. So that's 730 days. Then you add another 365, and we starting to get to right around the time period when Joe Biden was elected. So Joe Biden left a Negro, the same person that y'all be like, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, woo, Black Lives Matter. During the Black Lives Matter movement, he left a Negro in Kuwait as a hostage. While y'all, Black Lives Matter, Black Lives Matter, yay, Black Lives Matter, yay, Black Lives Matter, yay. And then you're voting for them. Black Lives Matter all in the street. While that black life is in Kuwait. Locked up. Like Akon. I'm locked up, they won't let me out. Oh, they won't let me out. I'm locked up. No, he locked up. Nobody do a damn thing. Then Donald comes along, the orange gorilla, and Donald sets him free. And then he says, thank you, Donald.
All right, Mr. President.
Hold on, brother. I got to get you to. Now, he back at home with his wife and his children. You understand?
All right, Mr. President, President Trump, I want to thank you for what you've done for me and my family. I just mentioned to Adam that I wanted you to know everyone on your team.
The whole family, a strong man in the household, was tied up. That's the husband, a father, and a grandfather. A whole damn bloodline was being held hostage by Kuwait. And Donald Trump is racist. You can't believe you support Donald Trump. And do you know when liberals talk like this, they don't even move their lips. You can't believe you support Donald Trump. Donald Trump is racist. Because they're stiff-lipped. Yeah, stubborn with stiff mouths. Till they get all demonically energized, then they get the curls on their lips and their mouth spread all way over here like something off a damn horror movie.
Everyone that have supported this effort, that you know that we greatly appreciate it. Okay, I wanted you to be able to meditate on how you affected personally lives and the difference that you've made. I'm a 60-year-old grandfather and father, so I can't put words in how excited. Give all grace and honor to God. But He used instruments, and there have been a lot of people behind the scenes who have done a great work. So I wanted you to be able to hear that directly from me. And again, God bless you and your family. All right, Miss.
Now, I'm gonna tell you something. Media ain't gonna talk about this. And if they do talk about it, they're gonna attack this man. Yeah, yeah. If they do talk about it, they're gonna attack this man. And if they attack this man, Dog Water's gonna step in. This is gonna be the first time I step in. Yeah, yeah, I'm gonna step in because it's generations at risk right there. Then you gonna see me step in. Yeah, yeah. If they don't, then I'm out of it. Yeah, but it's generations. Yeah, generations. But it's indicative of what the white liberal has done. It's indicative of what the Democratic Party has done. They've destroyed generations of families, not just black folk. Man, you the white man. No, no, no. Look what they did to liberal families, to middle class working white families. They destroyed you. I mean, they literally have destroyed you. Your sons and daughters don't know what gender they are. They walking around in guilt with critical race theory. You feel guilty about something that happened before you was born? And here's the thing. What the Democratic Party does consistently is they open doors for demonic spirits. Guilt, open door. Anger, open door. Sexual confusion and perversion, open door. So what you're doing is you see all these people walking around that's wide open portals for anything to jump on them. Imagine like walking around, you just walking down the street, and then you look, and then a shadow just jump in somebody's body. That's what you're looking at. Because they're wide open portals. They breed these open portals. That's why this whole thing about them getting inside the classroom is so treacherous. Because now you have generations of kids that just open doors for anything. That's why y'all gotta forgive me. I'm a little amped up. You see, big guy was talking to me today. He was like, hey, I need you to chill out with that cigar smoke. And it was one of them things where I was like, all right. And then he came back again. Because I had a little nub. I went to light. He said, you addicted to that. Dang, man, come on now. Wow, son, you're addicted to that. So now you finna experience over a couple of days me wrestling with it and getting off of it like I was. You know what I'm saying? And unfortunately, I'm a little angry. Then you add in all the rest of this foolishness with people trying to tell me that I'm wrong, that you wrong. When, it's not just, for example, this man's life wasn't just in danger. His bloodline was being threatened. The bloodline for generations, in the Bible it says that the sins of the father passed down on the children for 4 generations. The reason why is because we've established in the Bible that's the blood of the father that passed down, which is why Mary had the Immaculate Conception. Boom, bada bing, bada boom, wham, right? OTW, there was no Immaculate Conception. Screw you, burn in hell. I ain't got time to explain it to you. That's how I'm feeling about it right now. Moving forward. So, if you can infiltrate those bloodlines and just get perversion, get fear, get anger, get angst, get guilt into those bloodlines of a child. And then think about a family who has one son. And it's the second generation. First generation was conservative. Second generation is kind of liberal. We get to the third generation, and they done kind of got their kids. They still, and we see it all the time. Like, my grandparents are real spiritual. They're Christians. They go to church, blah, 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 blah. But, I'm not like them. That's because you're seeing that generation be chopped down with each new birth. And so finally we get to the point where we get to this generation where this kid goes into the school and he gets taught all this craziness. Liberal white kid, we're talking about white children right now. Your child goes into that school and gets ripped wide open as a portal for all this other stuff to come in. And then goes off, and then 4 generations are cursed by the time they have their children. And then all these things are birthed when that next generation of children are birthed. And then the Lord has to look at that bloodline and say, okay, I need to raise up a priest in this bloodline to deliver this bloodline from this foolishness. So somebody got to chase after God in that bloodline. Anyway, let's talk about the HBCUs real quick. Yeah, I'm going now. We going now. White House initiative to promote excellence in innovation at historically black colleges and universities. Now, Donald Trump used this executive order to cancel out an executive order that Joe Biden wrote for HBCUs, where Joe Biden canceled out his initial executive order. Now, this executive order here focuses on not only putting a board together directly under the office of the president, but also bringing in leading businessmen into a board of directors that will help shape and mold the future of HBCUs. Now, when you look online and go to HBCU websites, they like Trump cancels executive order, Biden executive order. Well, the Biden executive order was rewarding based on DEI, diversity, equity, and inclusion, and gave this expectations of this diversity, equity, and inclusion. This one is saying, no. We want you to be the best. We want to establish pipelines for you guys to actually be the best, to establish businesses, to make marketplaces. And you know, that's the most dangerous thing about the whole DEI thing that nobody seems to get. You go to work and you get hired because you got a skin color, but you suck. Let's just not even take that case scenario. Let's say you go to work and you get hired because you damn good at what you do. Let's say you came into corporate America prior to the whole DEI movement on some old affirmative action type stuff where they just got to take a look at the resume. They happen to take a look at the resume and say, well, damn, looking at this dude, he's doing better than everybody else. His sales numbers is better. Hell, he look better, smell better, walk better. Man, he present better. We hiring him. And then you rise to the top. I mean, you get to vice president of some organization. And then you sitting there as vice president. And you looking at these people coming in. And they ain't worth a damn. They coming in based on some bull. And every time they make a mistake, see, people don't want to talk about this. Every time they make a mistake, people come looking at you. Now people looking at you wondering if you cut from the same cloth. Even though you came in and you got it out the mud. I'm talking about you got it out the mud, you fought, you scrapped, and you did what needed to be done. Then in come these people, oh, I'm black and you're racist. And now you're in a boardroom with a person who has that mindset. And then that person with that mindset expect you to back them. And then when you say, trust me, I done been in these situations. When you sit there and say that shit you talking about don't make no sense. We're not doing that. Then they look at you like you the bad guy. Because then they got the other DEI hired white people there. And they sitting there saying you the bad guy. No, what you saying don't make no sense. That's not how the world works. And then they all come against you. Yeah, they all come against you. Man, listen. Then he did his executive order on unleashing and law enforcement and criminals against criminals. I just want to remind y'all, this is what the hell we've been dealing with prior to this.
On camera, street takeovers in South LA, and there were more than just dangerous donuts. Take a look. So this fight broke out around 1 this morning at Manchester Boulevard and Hooper Avenue after two cars collided. And in another car, a man is seen standing, waving two handguns. There was a large police presence there. When officers started to break things up, someone throws an illegal commercial firework. It's unknown if any arrests were made. An hour earlier, hundreds of spectators circling the intersection of Avalon Boulevard and 102nd Street, one after another, drivers revving up and doing donuts. At one point, the crowd was so big they blocked an ambulance responding to a call. It took police escorts to clear the intersections.
Yeah, that's called the spirit of lawlessness. And that's what we've been dealing with. Anytime You see people doing donuts in the streets, and the police ain't surrounded the area and arrested every last one of them. Yeah, we dealing with lawlessness, but the lawlessness was allowed by law enforcement. Why? Because George Floyd died of an overdose while somebody had their foot on their neck. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. Black lives matter. And then your whole hood burned down. And not only did they run through the Black Lives Matter thing and burn your whole hood down, then they brought in illegals and said, illegal lives matter. Kilmore Abrega Garcia. Yeah. Kilmore Abrego Garcia. Say it with me. And turned him into a martyr. And then you trying to tell me that when Donald Trump tries to set it up to where law enforcement can actually enforce the law, that it's a bad thing, that it's against black people, when y'all brought Kilmore Abrega Garcia into the hood, Raul into the hood, they got plenty of them that's murdering people and raping children. Let me go find one. There's Kilmore Abrega Garcia. Let me keep strolling. We're going to run into one of them. All you got to do is click around. You're going to find something with illegal. Oh, wait, hold on. Breaking news. 3 Virginia Department of Corrections officers stabbed in a state prison. Premeditated attack involving MS-13 alien gang members. You don't have to look far to see that the Democratic Party don't give a damn about nobody that's American. And then to say, oh, Donald Trump passed this law that's going to make it more dangerous for the black people. It's been dangerous for a Negro. It's even more dangerous for a nigga right now. Yeah. I'd rather go back to the 90s where the police profile me. Yeah, that's real profiling. I'd rather go back to the 90s police. Hey, man, this your car? Yeah, bada bing, bada boom. I know how to handle that. I'd rather go back there than deal with this. Man, that's crazy that you would say that. No. Don't act like there's no such thing as racial profiling. It's true. But in exchange for stopping racial profiling, you're supposed to let murderous gangs run over you. So they don't pull nobody over. They don't pull nobody. Nobody. They just ride through speeding, spinning around, doing stuff. No. Pull me over. I pay all my stuff. Pull me over. If I ain't pay nothing, officer, I'm down bad. Here, do what you got to do. I'll get up out of this. But I'm going to tell you like this. I'm going to tell you the truth. And the truth going to make you free. Yeah. We can't have people running around raping and pillaging and grillaging anything they want, man. Because you afraid to pay a ticket, or you afraid to act like you got some sense when you pulled over by the police, or, God forbid, you run into a bad police officer. There's chances that will happen. Chances it'll happen in a liberal city. Chances it'll happen be a very liberal police officer. Not some that officer was a redneck from the country. No. Chances are it's going to be a liberal white cop that had a bad day. Probably that had transitioned. Yeah. But this right here, this got to stop. Yeah, we can't have a nation full of gangsters like this. And you notice when the gang war started, this nobody don't notice this because people don't really have them kind of connections. I'm just gonna say it like this to keep myself out of trouble. In certain cities, when this gang came through and it turned to chopper style because they was wild and it was chopper style, chopper style, chopper style, chop. We love chop. We won't chop. No, they hit them with the Dracos. We love chop. They didn't get arrested. But the other folk did. They came and got the people who was defending themselves from them. Wanna know why? Because they had their own little fed army of MS-13 in the United States of America. So when you go chopper style, chopper style, chop. We love chop. We won't chop. They hit them back, you getting arrested. Ain't nobody talking about that's what's happening in the hood. Nah. And then they got the liberal white people. yeah, they're gonna prosecute the black people in the hood, Black Lives Matter. Sit down. You have no clue what the hell is going on. Them boys rolling through, intentionally shooting people, targeting your thighs and your waist, knocking testicles off. Boy, giving people philosophy bags. They got poo bags. They got piss bags hooked to their leg, man. See, that's why I be see. Lord, you told me that's why. Lord, you're gonna have to, if you want me to stop smoking, Lord, you're gonna have to bridle my tongue. Because I'm retarded. So we'll try it again. We'll try it again.